Do you think the Niners lucked out getting Seattle instead of Green Bay?
No doubt. No doubt. Green Bay was rolling. There was the thing about Green Bay that was scary is that obviously Rodgers is a Hall of Famer, but Savage was just playing incredible in the secondary. And he had a bunch of tackles in this last game. So he takes the ball away. Their secondary is, I think, really good. Green Bay would roll in like they just played a month's worth of playoff games with a Hall of Fame quarterback who's got a lightning quick release, who you can't really affect up front. And then your coverage gets picked on by, with Christian Watson, who still has that 4.3 speed. And, Rodgers is legendarily accurate. Now, and then with not, last year there was pressure on him in his place. This year, it would be Rodgers rolling in with an opportunistic secondary and no pressure at all. I hate that situation. Give me the Seahawks at the end of a season where they've got a top 5 pick that's all about the future. They've already had a good year. They were picked to win 5 games, and Geno's already crested the hill and kind of come down second half, not playing as well. And they can't stop the run. That's the bottom line. They cannot stop the run. The Niners are just going to run it right down their throat with like 4 different backs.
All right, let me be devil's advocate here. The Niners ran it down their throat a month ago and only scored 21 points. They ran for 170. So, I mean, here's the thing. There's something broken with that Green Bay team. Let's just start there. That team is not as good as the sum of its parts. And I think it starts with the quarterback and the head coach. The quarterback at one time was great, but the last few years, that dude has had weapons. He's been the MVP. He's had defenses. He's had the number 1 seed, and he's blown it. I mean, they were at home, and that was the effort they gave against Detroit. I don't know. There is something very vanilla about their head coach, and there's something very weird about Aaron Rodgers in his later stages of his career, and I just think that's, I don't know. I don't really think they were going to go across the country and shock the 49ers. That was a team that would fold. The thing about the Seattle Seahawks is they're a really, really, really well-coached team. Pete Carroll's great. He's a Hall of Fame coach. And that team's going to be ready. Geno's not as good as Aaron Rodgers, but I don't know. That's all I got. They're a well-coached team, and I don't like Green Bay at all.
I know. The only thing is, though, I memean, the Niners ran for 5 yards a carry in that game.
Yeah. Yeah.
They ran for almost 200 yards.
Yeah.
I think Charvarius loves the personal matchup with Metcalf, and Metcalf is just all up in, Ward just bothers him tons because he likes to bully people, and Ward's too strong to be bullied.
Yeah.
So that I think that's an advantage 49ers. I think Charvarius is partly here to defend DK. And then in that last game, even though Seattle had some success running it, they passed it 44 times and they ran it 14 times. So at the end of the day, I think it's a physical game. It won't be an easy game as far as that goes. Turnovers will be key, but ultimately I think the Niners will stop Kenneth Walker, and I think the Niners run game will run for days, and then Purdy will play action past them to death. You also got to remember this. The leading tackler, I believe, in that first matchup might have been Jordan Brooks. He's out for the year now. I mean, that's a major, major loss for Seattle, I think.
That's true. It's just, again, it's Carroll. Like, if you give all the things you say about Kyle Shanahan as an offensive coach, that's kind of Pete Carroll on defense. His defenses get better as the season goes on. And if you look at the last 4 games, Seattle, they gave up 21 to the Niners, which is freaking impressive considering no one else has kept Brock Purdy under 33. Yeah. They gave up 24 to the Chiefs. Again, that's pretty impressive. In Kansas City, 6 to the Jets. Everyone keeps the Jets. Jets haven't scored a touchdown in a year and a half. 16 to the Rams. So it looks like this defense is playing pretty well right now. And you heard what Kyle Shanahan said today on the conference call. They expect a game that comes down to the wire. It seems like the Seahawks, those are the games they play. Aaron Rodgers will quit. That is a quitting, losing franchise. I don't respect him. The Seahawks, I feel like at least they're going to be there at the very end of the game and they'll make it competitive. But yeah, they're going to lose. They're going to lose. They're not that good. They're a year away. And it's Geno. I'm sorry. I know everyone thinks he's a great story. He's a great story, but it's still. The Niners are going to end that story this weekend.
I know, but look at this game against the Rams. The Seahawks win 19-16 yesterday. There was no Cooper Kupp. Okay.
Okay.
No Cooper Cup. So you don't have much of a passing game. And yet still the Rams ran for 5-2 a carry on 28 carries. So I don't know. I mean,
Yeah, but I mean,
there's no
if
question
you're
you got to
piling
stop
up
Kenneth
yards and not
Walker.
scoring points though, like it's
Yeah.
about points though. But
Yeah,
yeah,
no
it's a good
question.
point. Yeah, it's true.
I'm just saying that it's not like their run D's improved.
No,
Their run, and that's again, and that's Cam Akers. Now you got Elijah Mitchell and
it's
a
true.
Ram offensive line that's hurting. Now you've got a better situation. I don't know.
Yeah,
I think Seattle is. I would much rather take on Geno, Kenneth Walker, DK Metcalf, and whatever they're bringing defensively over Green Bay. You know, if Green Bay had won yesterday, what would they roll into the playoffs having won? I mean, there would be one of the hottest teams in football, wouldn't they be?
if I remember correctly, when the Niners played it in Green Bay in Seattle a few weeks ago, they were down to their third string nose tackle. I don't know what the situation there is with those guys, but I know they're missing that linebacker Jordan Brooks. But what's up with the nose tackle? Because they were down to some guy I'd never heard of in that game.
Monet or whatever.
Yeah, I mean,
the injury.
yeah, they were. So that was part of the reason the Niners ran so well.
Yeah, but Seattle, and if you look at Seattle's box scores, they're not stopping the run in the second half of the year very well. I mean, they got Poona Ford. Poona
Ford's a good player.
And he's a good player. He's a free agent.
But they got like Bruce Irvin out there setting the edge. Like, are you kidding me? Bruce Irvin. Yeah.
And they're running the old Clemson safety, Tanner Muse, at one of their starting inside backers now that Jordan Brooks is out.
And Jordan Brooks is one of their best players, so that's not good. Again, that feels like a team that's happy to be there and a year away.
The scary part about them is the linebacker Nwosu. He's just a monster. He's just absolute monster. And then they got two really good young corners in Tariq Woolen and Kobe Bryant.
If you go back and look at that game, really Purdy wasn't throwing outside the numbers at all with any success. He had those plays to Kittle down the field, and they ran the ball well, but it's going to be hard. Ayuk's going to have a tough time in this game. Debo's going to have a tough time in this game. Debo's going to make an impact behind the line of scrimmage. I don't know how Ayuk's going to make an impact. Maybe at the goal line.
Juwan Jennings. To me, one of the things I really like the most about Purdy is I like the combination of Purdy to Juwan Jennings, because Purdy's accuracy combined with Jennings' radius, it's just those guys. They're so hard to defend. Because he could, Juwan will go up, he'll go down. He's got a huge radius. He's not a burner, but he'll catch in a big area. And then Purdy's very accurate. So I love that combination in any kind of big time third down.
Yeah, I mean, when you want to throw a slant, to me, you're going to Jennings.
Yeah.
First, Ayuk second, Debo third. I mean, when was the last time they threw a slant to Debo? Can't remember.
I know.
It's been a minute. Jennings took
the
that
hitches.
From him. What do they do with Debo? They end arounds, reverses, screens.
They're using him a little bit more down the field, is my sense of it. I'll tell you the guy that I think also was a major threat is Ray McCloud. I like to see Ray McCloud in the run game, because Ray McCloud gives you a Raheem Mostert look in the backfield. When you try to get to the edges. Some of those plays that Kyle's so great at calling, those stretch run to the edges, man, if you can get a guy like Ray and he can run with conviction, man, and he gets that edge, there's nothing but green grass.
The last time they gave him a carry on a sweep, he went for a 60-yard touchdown. Has he gotten another opportunity since then?
No, and I'd love to see it. They're just hoping maybe nobody saw that, and then they can bust that out when it matters. Because Ray, not only that, Ray runs courageously. He's not afraid of getting starched.
No.
So he will take it up the field like at a crazy speed.
Yeah.
I hope they utilize him when it counts.
I didn't like that he fell out of the offense as soon as Debo came back. I feel like you should be able to use both of them. And frankly, in that one particular role, Ray's done better this year, because Ray's in tip-top shape and Debo hasn't been. So don't lose a game and have Ray not play on offense. Ray's got to be out there. He's too good.
Get the ball to house call Ray.